940.
Good morning, I'm sure you can hear me. As you can tell, it's very cold, but I'm in a new country. Welcome to the Netherlands and welcome to Rotterdam. I arrived about an hour ago on the overnight train. Sorry, it keeps getting washed out, but I arrived this morning on the overnight train from Berlin. Had a terrible night's sleep, but that's okay. It wasn't like bad. Well, no, it was bad. I had like a piece of metal in my back basically, but it's okay. I'm here now. The sun is finally up. When I arrived, the sun was not up, but it is up now. So I am walking around just a little bit just to get the legs moving, wake up a bit, and then I have a walking tour at 12:30, and that might be really all I do today because I am pretty tired, but I'm here until the 24th. Today is the 18th. I have a couple of day trips planned from here, but yeah, I have a lot of time here. So anyway, welcome, and we're gonna explore, see what we get up into, and then go on the walking tour. And it is pretty here, definitely has the canals, so that is fun. Oh my god, I cannot wait till I get my phone back, or a working phone that's not this one. But anyway, welcome, and let's have a good day. Also, real quick, I was just looking at my countries list. This is country 26 for me. So I'm officially over the quarter mark of visiting 100 countries. So that's pretty fun. So I decided just to walk around a bit before my walking tour. So I saw this very questionable Santa Claus sculpture. There's a lot of debate over what he's holding. Of course, it's a Christmas tree, but I'll let your imagination think about what others say he's holding. But then I walked over to Delfshaven, I think that's how you say it, and I walked around just a bit, and it was such a cute little area in Rotterdam, and because it was so early in the morning, it was pretty much dead. Like, there was no one there, so I pretty much had it entirely to myself, which was lovely. But the area is definitely a place that I recommend you go and visit, and try to go in the morning because, like I said, you will have it to yourself, and it definitely is worth it. So I am here in Delfshaven, I believe that's how you say it, and it is a cute little area here in Rotterdam, as you can see behind me. And I'll put some better video, but it's very cute. This is like quintessential Netherlands to me. I don't know, just when you first picture the Netherlands, this is what I picture. I picture canals and cute houses and bikes and flowers. So anyway, that's what this is. And I pretty much have this place to myself. There's like really no one here. I don't know if it's just the time of day, time of year, whatever, but I'm not complaining. And yeah, it's very cute, and it makes me very excited to see what else this area has. Also, not sure if you can see down the street, probably not, but there's a windmill. So again, there's also a windmill, very stereotypical. But anyway, now I'm gonna kind of head back towards my hostel. I need to use the toilet, but I'm also gonna try to go to like Primark or H&M just to get a pair of gloves because my hands are very cold. So anyway, let's go do that. But a lovely little morning here. So the walking tour took us around the city of Rotterdam, which is the second largest city in the Netherlands. It really went to the main highlights of the city, which was a great way for me to just kind of get familiar with it because I was going to be spending pretty much an entire week there. So it let me see what there was to do, and I learned a little bit of history. The city is definitely known for its university, and it also is a very modern city with modern architecture. Another major thing to know about Rotterdam is that it is Europe's largest seaport, and it is home to over 650,000 people and over 180 different nationalities. So it is definitely a very diverse city, and one that I think is underrated in the Netherlands. After going to Amsterdam, I kind of preferred Rotterdam a little bit. I don't know. You tell me. You definitely should go and visit and let me know what your thoughts are. Good morning. It is it's almost noon, but I've been up for a few hours. But welcome to, I guess, my second full day here in Rotterdam. So like I said yesterday, I arrived by night train, so I was pretty zonked yesterday. But I still did a walking tour, and today I'm going back to a few of the places that were on the walking tour, and then I booked an Airbnb experience later this afternoon for some, it's kind of like a type of gin tasting, and then I might do a pub crawl tonight, so we will see. But right now I don't know if you can see them. No. I'm heading to the cube houses, and they have basically they're like little cube houses, apartments, and they have one that's actually a museum. We paid €3 to go in and see it, so I'm actually kind of interested to see the inside of these things, so I'm gonna go check that out. And then right over here is Market Hall, so I'm gonna go in there and check that out and get a good Netherlands snack. I don't know how to say that, but leave your guesses down below in the comments as to what you think I'm going to be trying. It's probably not that difficult to figure out, but anyway, welcome, and we're gonna have a fun day today. I'm really excited, and it's definitely a lot warmer and not windy, so that's a plus in my book. But anyway, let's go explore the cube houses. So something you should definitely do when you're in Rotterdam is to go inside one of these cube houses. Is it kind of touristy? Yes, but the museum, they call it a museum, but basically one of the cubes is open for you to go and see the inside. And it's actually really cool, and it's more spacious inside than I thought it would be. So it's only a few euros, and you can quickly walk around. That usually, honestly, it's a little bit crowded, but it's fun, and you'll never know unless you go inside. I mean, I took some videos here, but you don't really understand how actually large they are until you go and visit yourself. So I definitely recommend just checking it out. What are you guys doing down there? Okay, so I went inside the cubes. That was a really bad transition. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep that. But I went inside the cube. It was cool. There's a lot of people in there. But now we're gonna go head to Market Hall and see what other cool things are there. Next, I headed over to Market Hall for a little snack, and Market Hall is actually pretty cool and was probably one of my highlights in Rotterdam. So Market Hall actually didn't open until 2014, so it's actually pretty modern. And besides it being a large market hall, it also houses 228 apartments, which you can see the different windows here in this video here. Those windows actually are from the apartments, and they look into the market, which is pretty cool. But it has all those apartments, it has retail space, and also an underground 4-story parking garage with a capacity of over 1,200 cars. The artwork that you just saw in the previous clips shows fruits, vegetables, seeds, fish, flowers, and insects. And it was actually created using digital 3D techniques. And they needed over 1.47 terabytes of storage in order to create this. And actually, the same special servers that held this are also used by Pixar, so that's pretty cool. And then the animation was separated onto 4,000 pieces of aluminum panels that were then affixed inside. So definitely go and check it out, even if you don't get anything to eat, but definitely go and check out the artwork. It's pretty cool. But as you can see here, I actually went and I got a very lovely stroop waffle. So if you don't know the Netherlands, this is kind of one of those lovely treats you should try when you're in the Netherlands. And this one was made fresh and hot right in front of me, and it's definitely better than the prepackaged stuff that I've had before. Not to throw shade at the prepackaged stuff, because it's still pretty good, but there's nothing like a fresh stroop waffle. So definitely go and check it out. Then I went over to St. Lawrence Church and was greeted by some lovely music by the church bells, so I'll let you listen in. Then I went over to the nearby town of Schiedam, and did a Jenever tasting. So I talk about it a little bit later, but basically it's kind of like a vodka-y sort of drink, but it's very well known in the Netherlands, and I did this on Airbnb Experience. The guide was amazing. I highly recommend it. I'll leave all the information in the description below so you can take this tour.
Good morning from a very cold and rainy Rotterdam. I'm actually not in Rotterdam technically. I am in the nearby city, about 20 minutes on the tram of Schiedam. I think that's how you say it. I was actually here yesterday. This is where I did the tasting, and I wanted to come back here and explore. Of course, the weather could be better, but yeah, I wanted to explore some of the waterways and maybe the windmills, etc. So that's what I'm gonna do. See how long I last, and then I'm gonna go back to Rotterdam and do more stuff. I don't know. I might have to go to a museum, even though I really don't want to. But anyway, welcome. I wish the weather was better, but we're gonna make the most of it because we travel, the show must go on. So let's go explore a bit. I can explain this correctly. It might not be 100% correct, but I look awesome right now. So the spirit Jenever is produced here, and it was produced here for a long time. I want to say this is actually one of the places that produces the most, if not the most, in the world. But they use various warehouses to make the basically for the whole distilling process. There's a lot of processes. Maybe I'll explain it a little bit better in a voiceover, but you can still see a lot of the warehouses here today. They're characterized by having two windows on one side, one on the other. And a good example of this is actually the museum where for Jenever, sorry, where it's actually in an old factory. So if you go here, you can see that, and I do recommend going. I'm not going to go to the museum because I did the tasting yesterday, and I feel like I learned pretty much everything. But if you don't do the tasting, I would recommend going in there and doing it. So anyway, there's also a lot of windmills around the little town here. Some of them are burned down and been rebuilt. I don't know if you can see. It's behind the tree. But there's one right over there. But anyway, then you also see a lot of boats on the harbor here. And something I remember from yesterday was when they were exporting the spirit, it obviously went on boats, and it goes through this little channel, and the king at the time, or the ruler at the time, imposed like a toll, and it was, instead of like how much your boat weighs, it was how wide the deck was. So being smart, the Dutch made the deck small or narrower, so they didn't have to pay as much, but then made the base of the boat wider, so they could still have just as much stuff, but didn't have to pay as much in tolls. So anyway, hopefully that makes somewhat sense, but I'm gonna keep walking around. I'm just getting really cold and wet, and yeah, it's not fun, but I'd rather be here than at home. So anyway.
After I was pretty much soaked, I headed back towards the city center, and I went into the tourist information center just because I wanted to get out of the rain. But if you go downstairs, they have a little exhibit that explains a little bit more about Rotterdam and its history and its infrastructure. So if you're looking to learn a little bit more, and it's very interactive, I highly recommend just going to the tourist information center and checking that out for about 10-15 minutes. Then I was going to go to this food hall, and I did go over there, but I couldn't really honestly figure out how to get inside. So I just looked at this bridge and honestly just went back to the hostel because I was so cold, so wet, and I just wanted to warm up. So the day wasn't the greatest, but it was still okay. I mean, any day you get to travel is a good day, right?
Okay, I tried to salvage today, but it's just way too cold and rainy to do much. So I'm honestly just gonna go back to the hostel and get work done. So sorry today was a little anticlimactic, but hopefully tomorrow, it's supposed to pretty much rain the entire rest of my trip, but hopefully we'll have some moments of sunshine, so, or at least dry weather. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Windmills that the Netherlands is known for. So you can get here from Rotterdam. It's actually not that difficult. You get on I got on a tram, and then you take the ferry over. Sorry if you can't hear me. It is quite windy. The weather is still not the best. But anyway, so it took me about an hour to get here, and now I'm going to explore some windmills. This is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is pretty cool. So anyway, I just arrived. I'm going to go check out the film introduction, and then, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I can't hear you, and then get on a boat tour. So let's explore today.
If you go to one place in the Netherlands, it has to be Kinderdijk. If you want to see windmills, this is the place for you. You can see 19 windmills in this UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is probably one of the coolest places that I've seen recently in my travels. So Kinderdijk is about 15 kilometers or 9 miles east of Rotterdam, and you can access it via a ferry. So the name Kinderdijk is Dutch for Children's Dike, and during the St. Elizabeth flood of 1421, the area flooded, and once the storm had subsided and the flood waters had receded a bit, someone went out and saw in the distance a wooden cradle floating on the water. As the cradle came nearer, and some motion was noted, and upon investigation, a cat was found keeping this wooden cradle afloat, and there was a child found in it. So therefore, that is where the name comes from. So Kinderdijk, like I said, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1997. You can see 19 windmills. Now, the windmills are no longer used today because windmills were used originally to pump water through a series of levees and dikes to pump water away so the area didn't get flooded. instead of using windmills now, they actually use an electric pump to do that, but the windmills are still here. So there's 19 windmills, and 17 of them are actually private residences, but 2 of them are used as little museums, and you can go inside and see how everything works. So it's a super cool place. I think I actually spent most of the day here, and you can just go and walk around there. You don't actually have to go inside the windmills if you don't want to pay, but I highly recommend it because there's a movie, there's a place just to learn a bit more, so you can go inside the museum. So I definitely recommend going and checking it out. The next day I took a little day trip out of Rotterdam, and I first went to The Hague. So The Hague is a very popular day trip or half day trip from either Amsterdam or Rotterdam. So The Hague is a city in the Netherlands, obviously, because the Netherlands vlog, and it is the country's administrative center and the seat of its government. So The Hague is definitely a great place if you love art. And if you know the famous painting, The Girl with the Pearl Earring, you can actually see it here. And I have to say it's better than going and seeing the Mona Lisa. I've seen the Mona Lisa personally, but seeing this painting was actually a lot cooler. But I will admit, I am not an art person. And while The Hague was stunningly beautiful, I really did enjoy walking around. I went to the Peace Palace, which you'll see here in a few minutes. I also went to the shore and saw some of the ocean. But there's definitely another town that I preferred that I personally think you should add into a day trip if you're going to do The Hague. I personally think you can do The Hague for half day, and then you can go to the second city, the second town, for the other half of the day. City, might you be asking? This is the city of Delft. So it is also a small little town or small city, part of the Rotterdam, The Hague metropolitan area. And Delft is a very popular tourist destination, so it is known for its Delft Pottery ceramic products. And you've probably seen these without even actually realizing what they are. I know personally, I knew very little about the pottery, but I went to the museum in the city, and I really enjoyed this. Like, dare I say I enjoyed this more so than the art museum. I thought it was really cool seeing the process of how this stoneware is done. And I didn't know this, but actually they do the pottery or the official flatware for the royal family in the Netherlands. I think the royal family, I'm going to be honest, the House of Orange. I think that's what it is. Yeah, House of Orange. And it was just so cool just to see all the different various Delft products. It's not just pottery. It's also various ceramics and such. But you can also at the end go through the factory and see some of the pottery being painted by a master artist. So definitely recommend it. It was very cool. One of those unexpected gems of my travels. the Delft factory, I went and I walked around town for a bit. It's so beautiful, so quaint, so pretty, and I think, like I said, I think I prefer this to The Hague, if I'm being honest.
Hello, it is my last full day here in Rotterdam. I don't have a whole lot planned. I'm just doing a couple of random things. I'm on the Luchtsingel. Did not say that right, but I'm on that bridge right now. But it is dreary, it is cold, and I'm a little under the weather. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into anything more, but we will see. But we're trying to take care of ourselves. But anyway, like I said, I'm just gonna see a couple more things, and then I'm gonna go do laundry and chill because I have my next location. We're coming to the end of this trip, but anyway, that is it. That's gonna be it from Rotterdam. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it's a little bit all over the place. The weather kind of played a factor into that just a little bit. Also, it's just towards the end of my trip and I'm just tired, and like I mentioned, I think I'm getting a cold or something. Hopefully not, but anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification to be notified when I post new videos. I try to post at least once a week. You can also follow me in real time on my social media channels. They are here on the screen. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next location. And as always, remember to wander far and wander often. Bye. Good morning from Amsterdam.